Alright, good evening to all my friends here who are from Singapore, Malaysia, and Asia. And any of my friends down here from the Europe side and the US side, just do pop in, say a hi also. Okay, this is Marcus from S Metaphysics. Okay, who do we have here? Pop in, say a hi here while we wait for some of our friends to join in. Okay, let's see who do we have here. Alright, today's session is going to be about date selection. Date selection has been a topic that everybody needs to know if you are whether you are into metaphysics or not. The reason is because you've seen so many friends who who are arranging for a wedding, trying to shift house, trying to start a job, trying to go for groundbreaking, trying to sign a contract, start a business. They're all asking about date selection. So whether you are or you are not into metaphysics, you should know something about date selection. Who do we have here? Hey, hi, Sino, and we have Jen Ho. All right. Who do we have? Paul and Nurag. Yana, again, nice to have you around. So which country are you all from? I think most of you are from Singapore and Malaysia. If you all are not from Singapore and Malaysia, tell me which country you're from. Okay, so probably in the next 1 minute or so, we shall start. Okay, yeah, where am I? Okay, so by the way, so that's why date selection is anyway a topic where everybody should be aware of. Okay, so what we're going to talk today on the topic of date selection, it applies to a lot of events that we can arrange for. Okay, oh yes, I need to say that upfront, because my friend recently just gave birth to a very nice baby girl. Okay, you do not apply the normal context of date selection for a to select the date where you want your child to be born. Okay, for to look for a date for cesarean for your child to be born, don't go for the conventional date selection methodology. It doesn't apply in that way. Okay, what we are talking today on the date selection are primarily for important personal events like, as I said before, starting a business, a product launch, an important presentation, trying to convince your boss on something, meeting an important client, making a very important presentation to the board, trying to break through on something internally, trying to arrange for a wedding date, trying to plan ahead on how to date your loved ones, okay, and so on and so forth. All those you can apply date selection. Okay, okay. Who do we have here again? All right. Anybody else? Okay. Hey, hi, Saikan. Nice to have you around. Okay, we have Analia, we have Augustine, we have Momo Fudami Kodio. It's a long name, you. Okay, Camellia, we have Camellia and Lily. Okay, and so nice to have all of you. Okay, so let's start the ball rolling. Okay, date selection is a very vast topic. So, I take it as let's start from scratch. So some of you may know a lot. Some of you are like totally a white piece of paper. So for the benefit of all, let's progress at the same rate. So for those who are really very experienced, maybe you can also share your thoughts and your opinions, and also to help those who are new into this. All right. Okay. Let's get the ball rolling. Where's my screen? Hey, this statue nice. Where did I took this picture from? Oh, Hong Kong. Okay, yeah, because ancient. Because I went to the in Hong Kong there is a big Buddha statue. Then on top there are many deities around. This is one of them. Okay, so in ancient art, date selection is all about tapping onto the chi. But in ancient time, they are down here probably not so advanced technologically, so they are more towards the let's pray to get protected, let's pray to get supported, let's pray for blessings. So that's why I actually use this picture. Okay, all right. Okay, let's start. So for today, we are going to talk about date selection and date selection. Okay, first and foremost, for those who are like first time seeing me, for those first time seeing me, I already have quite a lot of stuff. Let me get this out first. For those who are first time seeing me, I already have a lot of sharings inside Facebook, quite a lot of sharings inside Facebook. So for those sharings, different topics, sometimes about 八字, sometimes about 易经, sometimes about 紫微, yeah, a variety of them lah. So these are some of my previous topics which I have before in the past. Okay, so some of them are there, some of them are not. So if you are very interested in 易经, I think some of the 易经 are still around. Some of the 八字 are still around. Some of the feng shui topics are still around. Okay, on how to looking after the 坎卦, the 艮卦, the 震卦 and the 巽卦, all this kind. How to make sure that it is there, and what it constitutes a missing corner, and what does it affect in correspondence to a missing sector or a weak qua trigrams externally in feng shui. I did cover in some of the topics down there. Okay, it is under as metaphysics. Go and search yourself. Okay, in case you are wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually doing all this. Somehow or rather my screen is a bit, can you see? I'm actually doing all these services for our friends. Okay, so feng shui, 八字, 易经. Okay, but today is not about this. Okay, these are all my services, but this in case you are interested, okay, today is really only about date selection. Okay, for date selection, you have to know that date selection works in this way. Okay, date selection, if you miss this point conceptually, when applying date selection, you might always be asking the same problem, which you don't want to keep repeating the same question, right? So date selection just works in this way. Assuming you are in a dark room. Assuming you're in a dark room. So this is the dark room. Alright. So when you're in a dark room, total darkness, 5 fingers, you cannot see anything at all. Then my question is, can you see anything? You type in and answer my question. Can you see anything when you can't even see 5 fingers? Is the room considered total darkness? Type yes if you agree, if you know I'm talking. You need to understand this logic, okay? When you apply date selection, okay? Cannot see anything, right? Yes, can't see, can see nothing. Oh, but the rest, I assume you agree with me, the rest. Saturday, come type something to make this more interesting, okay? And give me some love if you think you like what I'm talking, okay? It's total darkness, So in a room with total darkness, you cannot see anything. How to be able to see something? The answer is pretty dumb, straightforward. Have a light source. Correct now. Once you just have a light source coming in, it's all you need for a room to break out from that total darkness. So assuming if you have a light source at the south corner of the room, then the south corner is brighter lah, but the room will not be in total darkness, and that's good enough for you to figure out where is the door. Assuming the light source is not at the south but at the north corner of the room, then the north corner is the brightest, but the room still will not be in total darkness, and you can still figure out where's the door. Same for the same example with the light source at the northwest corner of the room. And it's going to be like a broken record. The northwest is brighter because the light source is at the northwest, but the room will not be in total darkness. All you need is a single light source that's enough for you to figure out what's next and to figure out and get it out from that issue that you are in. Okay, so a light source is enough. You don't need all the lights at every corner in order for you to see it, unless you got vision issues. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is one single light source that is good enough for you. Same in the art of date selection. You just need that one or two strong enough stars down there that allows you to tap. Then you're good enough. You don't need all to be like, I want good day, good time, good star, good chief, good direction, all in like royal flush. You don't get royal flush every day one, right? You don't wait for a royal flush, okay? You don't wait for all the corners got a candle with a light source, then you go out. Okay? So remember, all you need is a single light source, good enough to get you out from a situation, and enough of that done, you're able to get out of that, the thing that you want. Get out of the situation and achieve the thing that you want. Okay? That is all you need. Okay? I need to see the comment because it's in my iPad here. Okay? Okay, who do we have? We have Chin Yong, we have a lot of friends. Okay. So now, do you get that? Type a 1 if you get what I'm trying to say. Because I have a lot of friends who I really want everything sweet sweet. I must wait for a good day that has a good reboot, that has a good here, good there, good everywhere, then I'm good enough to be good. I tell you, then maybe on that day you overslept at 3 a.m. Then how good can the good be? Okay, type 1 if you know I'm talking. 1 or 2 good stars is enough for you to go ahead. Okay, don't look for a royal flush. Type a 1 if you know what I'm talking. Because a lot of friends got stuck in that there. Hey, this is a good day. Yeah. Hey, but down there got a clash. How, huh? Or hey, the chief is good. The chief is good. Aiya, got a keng down there. Got a yang matter. How in Chiman? Aiya. Okay, wake up. Okay, all right. So on that, the rest, there are more than 50 people here. Like I only see 7 once. The rest all like, today Sunday. How come? Try to make this session a more interactive one and more fun one. Okay. So that this session is more light-hearted. Okay. And if you think you like what I'm going to share with you, also please do like and share lah. Okay, like and share lah, because this is a knowledge where everybody should know, should learn, and should get the right hang of it. Okay. And okay, so date selection in Hong Kong we call it zakat yat okay, but Chinese they don't call it 择吉日. Zakat yat is really a more of Hong Kong style of saying. Okay, and wait, I still got this with me. Wow. Okay, so a lot of pictures out here are from here. Okay, so but that technically who have read a Tong before? Type a me. Who have read, open and read a Tong before? Type a me. Or who have not opened and read a Tong before? Type a NO. No, for whatever reason, it can be a language thing, it can be you totally don't understand, so you forget it or what. So who have read before? Type a me. Who have never read a Tong before? Type a no. Oh, Paul have read before. Interesting and fun. Katan also. The first time I read a Tong I was like, what is this, man? Because it's like so many things inside. Tong Shu. Aiyo, how It's like reading a Tong is really not easy. It's really not easy, okay? Because Jason, no, Jen, see picture only, do I, so me, Katan me, okay? Never. You see, in a Tong okay, just to satisfy some of your curiosity, in a Tong we different printers, publishers might have different contents, but generally it's about the same. Okay. Let me ask one question before I tell you the contents. When you think about Tong what do you relate it for? What do people do with Tong Just type down. What do people do with a Tong or you call it Tong Shen, or the Chinese almanac? Or Chinese calendar booklet. What you call it? What do people usually do with a Tong Shen? You tell me. Just type down based on your impression. In the past, I thought people use it for just to select date. Well, you tell me your first cut impression when people use a Tong Shen, what are they going to use it for? To read like a novel or really to what? To recite a poem. What do people use it for? For Tong Shen. Okay, my impression was they use it for date selection. Okay, but when I opened it, you know what? I see this. Inside talk about the 24 mountains. Wu Ling Wu Hong talk until after the 24 mountains. Okay, feng shui is important for you to know that there's a 24 mountains. In short, 360 degrees cut into 24 sectors, and the 24 sectors primarily involves the stems, the branches, and the trigrams. Mix and match until you got 24. Nice position. Okay, so in a 360 degrees divided by 24. Okay, so end of the day, this is called 24 mountains, 24山. Okay, so a lot of you type this session. Okay, we shall see. Then inside got this topic about 24 mountains. Inside also got a topic about ways for a prayer to be done. How to make prayers according to, I don't know according to what. Okay, I'm not involved in writing all this. So there's a chapter on the ways for a prayer. Okay, there's also a chapter that talks about talisman. Okay, those where they have a piece of paper and they write stuff with symbols that we don't seem to understand. Okay, talisman. There's a chapter on talisman. Inside the Tong Shu or Tong Shen, there's also this thing called 28 star constellation. Okay, 28星宿, okay, where they talk about the 28 stars and the description of it. And they also talk about, see, nothing on the date selection yet, the dream interpretation. So for friends who Chinese, you think your Chinese is good, you want to read on the Tong Shu, go and read what is how they talk about the dream interpretation. Okay, in a Chinese ancient way lah, of course. What else? Oh, they also talk about the classical useful god. Okay, the classical useful god. Okay, or what god are useful. Okay, when you say god, it refers to the ancient time, the deities. Okay, the deities they classified under the Shen Sha. Okay, and they also talk about the three word discourses, 三字经 okay, 三字经 yeah, in ancient time it's very popular. Okay, the three words discourses. Okay, the three words. Okay, I never recite it, so don't ask me again. So, and they also don't talk about facial reading. Wow, Tong Shen really talk about so many things. Take a look. Yeah, seriously, no. So when I was flipping through, wow, all the picture down here. Oh shit. Yeah. Then when I read all the really all the picture all down here. Really can see the what you call this, those comic 连环画, all the picture. Okay, so I talk about facial reading also, and they talk about palm reading also. Wow, you see Tong Shen can really talk so many things. and until then, they also got a chapter that talk about Tong Gong. Tong Gong is a method that is commonly used for date selection in the past by Uncle Tong. Okay, Uncle Tong, so we call it Tong Gong. He compiled a lot of the statistics, and apparently he monitored it through a lot of statistics, 90 days, and that's why he come up with this Tong Gong. Okay, and also then the date selection. You see lah. After all the do-re-mis, then finally date selection. And every one of you, including me, initially we thought, wow, the Tong Shen is a whole booklet of date selection. No, literally it's only like that. But 12%, 12% of the whole booklet is on date selection. So every year when you buy a Tong Shen, you're going to see that, wow, you're buying it for date selection. It's only like 12% of the whole bloody book. Okay, I preempt you first. Okay, so now. But okay, so that's for you to know lah. Okay, in case you're wondering, wow, it's a whole booklet of date selection. I don't know how to use. No, it's only that 12%. Okay, Katan asked, which one is better? Okay, 聚宝楼, Guangjing Tang. That one I didn't go and compare them side by side lah. Okay, apparently I keep them out. Okay, because it's like only 12% is useful for me. The rest are all like every year is the same thing, no. The rest are all every year is gonna be the same thing. No? Only that date selection is different for every year. So you're buying a book that's 12% different for every year. So you do your okay. Well, now in the art of date selection, the one thing that I've just said that you need to know is you just need to have that one light source that's good enough so that you're not in a scenario of total darkness. You're able to see something with that one light source that can bring you to the next step, that can help you to achieve. Date selection is also about that one entry point that is good enough for you to move on with the date and do something that's good for you. The other topic about date selection is important for you to know is this that is called alignment. It's just like the Tao at the safe, where how to open don't know how many left, how many to the right, how many to the left, how many to the right. Then you can open that safe door. Yeah, until today, my safe door I don't know how to open. Only my wife can open, and she know the number. Because whenever I try to open, when I know the number, I never figure it out again. So yeah, so my wife owns the safe. But it's the same logic. It has to be aligned for you to be able to open. In the same context, okay, when we talk about date selection, it's the alignment of the chi. It's the alignment of the chi that allows it to be able to reach, so that when the alignment is there, the chi can go through, you can tap. So the alignment can be a heaven's timing, can be a earth luck chi, Okay, so it can be a time or a space, but the alignment has to be there for you to be able to be in on the line of sight or within the line of Wi-Fi tapping. Okay, so alignment is very important. The whole thing about date selection is the candle story and the alignment story, and that is it. Okay, okay. So always have this thing of how to align yourself based on either a personal approach or a general approach to tap the chi, so as to use it for your purpose. Okay. So far, any question? Like, oh, Analia says, like, oh, radio dial, you need to tune into the right station. Yes, I keep telling my friends, you cannot tune to 93.3 FM to listen to 93.8 FM. The carrier is different, okay? So carrier different, different. So like it or not, like in the past you say about FM different, modulator, carrier. In the ancient China, they were like, huh, what? But now when you talk about it, we understand, we know because of FM modulation, frequency, carrier, spectrum. That's why we're able to understand carrier is important, where the alignment has to be there for you to tap. The frequency carrier has to be there for the signal to ride on it. For those who study signal processing, you know what I'm talking. Okay, okay, good. So now alignment is important. So in this topic of the date selection, one of the I just show you one of the date selection page from that Tong. It looks like this, all the red color and the black color wordings. Okay, and yeah, only red color and black color. Okay, ancient time they talk about saving toner. I don't know. Okay, so it looks like this. So the first thing you need to know about date selection is confirm. You need to know this. We call it the 12 days officers. The 12 days officer. Okay, 12 days officer, you must be very familiar. Who is familiar with 12 days officer type of 1? Who is familiar as in you know the definition type of 1? Who are not sure of the definition or never heard before type of 0? So that I know whether you all are belong to which zone, so that I can spend more time or less time. Who knows the definition of the 12 days officer type of 1? Who doesn't know, don't know the 12, don't know the definition type of 0? Okay. you have to type 1 or 0, because if majority type 1, then I'll just skip through. Okay. Then you don't complain. Aiya. Okay. Wait, there are more zeros now. Okay. Okay, let's okay. Since there's a mixture of 1 and 0, I think the proportion is there. Let me briefly bring you through. Okay, in the 12 days officer. Again, the Chinese words are standard. The English words can be a bit different with different people than the usage. There's no standard institution that propels this. Okay, but the common ones you generally hear are what: establish, remove, abundance, balance, stable, initiate, destruct, danger, success, harvest, open, and close. These are the 12 days. Okay, and when we talk about the establish, it is primarily good for engagements, marriage. If you do any proposition, it's good for propositions, and also for the start of a new job. First start of a new job, a new school, a new project, or you try to get through the business transaction, or even medical treatments. Okay, and so establish means to begin, to start, to initiate. Okay, normally the thing that people don't do in the ancient time on an established day, they don't promote funerals. Okay, what are you trying to establish from funerals? Okay, and burials. Okay, so the no will be funerals and burials. Then for a remove day in the ancient text, people usually what do? They do things like cleansing activities, or trying to clear things off which are unwanted. It can also be ending relationship. Okay, ending relationship. It's a nice way of putting it, but actually it's trying to get away from a relationship. Okay. Okay, and also to lose weight. Okay, to lose weight. Or to go for medical surgery. Some people choose remove date for medical surgery. Okay, and also a demolition of a particular structure. to do repair works, yeah, usually they choose a remove day. Okay, then for the things that usually don't choose remove day in the ancient time, they don't choose remove day for marriage. They don't choose remove day for official opening. They don't choose remove day for to start a new job. Okay, and in the ancient time they also when they do travel, let's say when your son travels, when a young man travels from the house, it's not like our us where we take a bus go and come back, or take a plane to another country and fly back in a week's time. When you go travel, usually it's like half a year to a year, 1 year one. So they value a lot on travel. They want you to be safe. So remove day, they don't use it for travel. Okay, so now then for abundance, okay, 满日 abundance, usually people are you want to do this with bountiful outcomes, okay, bountiful outcomes. So like for example, start of a business for with a lot of sales closures, maybe housewarming, parties, gatherings, maybe also on yeah, sales are mainly sales. Okay, so bountiful, abundance. So they don't choose this date for marriage, one time. Okay, unless in olden days are many wives per se, but then still they don't marry bountifully ma. Other than emperor probably. Okay, so they don't use this for marriage, they don't use this for this day for legal settlements, they don't use this day for lawsuits, they don't use this day to start a new job. Okay, and they don't use this day primarily for relationships. Okay, so that's for abundance. Oh, there's a balance day. So balance day, balance day, it pertains to activities with a more where we want to be at status quo. Okay, at status quo. So it also means that in situations where you are at the lower end, negative end of that competition, and you want it to gain back that status quo, that in par competition, gain back your lost ground. You want a win-win. Then these are the good situation. You use a balanced day. Okay, it's also sometimes people use it for marriage and or travel, but definitely not lawsuit. Lawsuit, you want a win. You don't want a win-win where okay. So it's also not used for major competition in the ancient time. And we got a stable day, 定日, okay, 定日, stable day. So these are activities with long-term lasting effect. You want activities which have a longer term lasting effect. So marriage law, marriage will be a good one. So but usually people don't use this for when they want faster results. Okay, when they want faster result, they don't choose a stable. Okay, they want to have a hype up faster result. Okay, so you don't choose this day for jobs with no prospects. Okay, all right. What else? Where's the next one? Oh, initiate. Initiate is very clear cut, ma. Okay, to start, to commence, to begin, to get the ball rolling. So initiate can come in various ways. If you read my post, initiate can actually initiate something new. Initiate can also initiate to remove something old and unwanted. Okay, so but initiate commencement. All right. People don't like to use initiate day for moving lah. Okay, I don't know why it's a taboo also. Okay, okay. Which is the other one? Destruct. Destruct day. Okay, destruct day are usually used for removal of unnecessary stuff in your life. Decluttering, demolition, for to go for a out of status quo or breakthrough. Okay, so they don't use destruct day for signing important contracts. They don't use destruct day for business opening. They don't. Danger day. You see, danger day. Danger day. Is it got success must got danger one ma? Danger day. In the past, people like to use it for primarily for religious purpose. In order to get the divine interruption, divine intervention, divine assistance. Also the danger day are also good for reorganizing, or so as to get over some situation which you don't like, and also deconstructing. Danger day. Okay, so we did people ancient time they don't like to use this danger day for medical and health purposes. After go in already cannot come out. Okay, so they don't like to use danger day. Okay, and usually other matters which to people with a weaker heart, they don't like to choose danger day. Okay, then we got a success day. Success day very clear cut lah. Any damn thing that is that you want, you wish for, just go lah. Okay, success day. Okay, usually a lot of other stuff that are okay generally. Um, Harvest day. Harvest day more for attainment of stuff, getting rewards, getting harvesting, getting paid, asking for things, getting appreciation. Then or or reconsolidating. Then the harvest day is a good one. Okay, and usually people don't use this harvest day for to see doctor or for the sake of funeral lah. Okay, usually they don't. What else do we have? Open day. Open day usually for official opening. For official opening, housewarming, starting a job, marriage, new job, new school, new project, new role. Then open day is good. Okay, primarily career driven, livelihood driven. Okay, they there are some sayings where they do not use open day for burial, funeral, and groundbreaking. Okay, yeah lah. I mean burial, you know, open day for burial sounds weird also. Okay, the last one, close day. Okay, close day, nothing. It is more of a secluded day, a day where it's more inner, spiritual. Also, nothing important. Okay, so I think I'm just guessing they just try to fill up into 12 lah. But anyway, nothing, no major activities. So some people will have different priorities. Some people like this day, some people like to use that day. Then there's no definite which are good ones, which are the bad ones. Okay, but usually different people will have different preferences on these 12-day officers. Certain days where they used more often. Okay, because you see, you want to keep waiting for the success day. It comes every 12 day literally. So there must be more than one option where you generally feel more comfortable using. I said again, there are more than different people will have a different preference. So if you ask me, generally this is what I would do myself. You may not be the same. You may have your own one. This is just me. Okay. So normally out of these 12 days, I will take preference on those who are thick. Okay. I will take preference on the thick one means usually I will usually use more often. Okay, the establish, abundance, the initiate, the success, and the open. Okay, these are the 5 which are usually used more often. Okay, so as to when I do this selection. Okay, because based on the question that people ask, based on the thing that they want, these are the few. Okay, and the second tier of usually I use it occasionally is actually remove day, stable day, disrupt day, danger day. These are the few which I actually use it second tier. Okay, those you see I didn't put anything. I usually those are my perspective. I use it literally quite minimal. Okay, because when you ask for date selection, you want to be one step ahead. You want to be better off. You want to gain the advantage, okay. So that's why I 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So out of the 12, 5 plus 4 are my common ones. 5 plus 4 are my common ones lah. Okay. So you may have your different one that you usually like to use. But as I said already, everybody will love success day. But how many success day are there every month? Okay. So you probably also need to have your own preference of which are the success day that you want to use. Okay. So again, different people will be different. This is only my what I'm sharing for my case. Okay. All right. So then after the 12-day officer in the date selection, what's the next most important thing that you think you should know? The 28-star constellation. 28-star constellation. 28星宿. Okay, 28星宿. So this 20 is also, you see the highlighted portion down here. This is inside the Tong Shu, no? It is part of the whole deal. Okay, now my same question. Who are familiar with all the definitions of the 28-star constellation? Type a 1. Who not familiar or don't know the 628 or why 28? You type a 0. Who are familiar? Type a 1 with the definitions of each of these. Who are not familiar? Type a Zero. So that I know, you see, I didn't spend a lot of time, just roughly make it very simple for the 12th day officer. I need to ask you whether you are familiar with the 28. Okay. So if familiar, then I make it very simple. So in case, okay. So, so let's see. Elena and Alia, good. Khan familiar. The rest are more zeros popping up. Okay. How about the rest? How many people are there here? Hey, there are 70 plus people here. Come. The rest all like 礼拜 today. Come. Enjoy at least response okay? So what about the rest? Okay. Anyway, okay, let's go through briefly, okay? Since a majority know. Okay, at least you can refer this and roughly recap back, okay? Wow, I need to save for 28. Okay, for the horn, okay? The horn. Okay, in a 28 star constellation, it is okay for this is actually in the lower pan. In the lower pan, these star constellations are not regular. They do not occupy a definite degree. Some are more, some are wider, some are shorter. Okay. So that's why it is irregular, and this is only one of the few things that are irregular in the lower pan. Okay. So now, for this 28 star constellation, in the ancient text, they actually divided it into the north, south, east, and west. North, south, east, and west group. Okay, and with this north, south, east, and west group, then they then become the tortoise or turtle. Tortoise, phoenix, tiger, and dragon. Okay, why am I getting confused? Oh, because recently in the Facebook somebody confused me with tortoise and turtle. Yeah, okay. It's a tortoise, tortoise, phoenix, tiger, and dragon. So with these four north, south, east, west law, okay. So and then from that, each of these, so 28 divided by 4 groups, there are 7 in each, and each of these 7, there are a composition of the 5 elements: metal, water, wood, fire, earth, sun, and moon. Okay, 7 elements in each of the constellation. In the ancient art of Chinese metaphysics, this is very popular, very important, especially when you talk about in Chinese, heard before? 七正四余, okay, 七正四余, the 7 governors and the 4 divines, okay, something like that. Okay, so it is a very important topic in ancient time, the 28 star constellation. Okay, and let's go one by one. Okay, so for horn, it is a wood element. Okay, wood element in the eastern constellation. It primarily are better off for relationships, marriages, travel, wealth, construction, and also also for groundbreaking. People do not like to choose the horn days. The horn days are for burials and any sad events. Okay, and funeral lah. Okay, so it is considered a wood element in the east constellation. Then we got the neck. The neck is actually a metal element in the east constellation. Okay, and usually people the neck is the weakest part, so nothing favorable on that usually, according to ancient texts, and it is not good for relationship, not good for marriage, not good for construction, not good for trade and sales and commerce. Okay. Foundation is an earth element in the east constellation. Okay, and foundation is actually good for individual activities like presentation, speaking, promoting, marketing, new projects, new launch. Then this foundation is good, and any otherwise cannot make it really. So like marriage, construction, burial, and most other activities, they do not like foundation. Okay, so what do we have? For house, it is it's a sun. It's a sun element in the east constellation. Okay, and for the house, right? Yeah, it is more for marriage, travel, construction, prayers. Okay, but people do not like to use this star when it pertains to financial matters like investment, high risk, speculation, money lending, banking. Yeah, no. Okay, for those days. Okay, for heart, it is a moon in the east constellation. It is more for travel. It is usually not encouraged for most other activities like marriage, legal conflicts, construction. No. Okay. Tail tail star is a fire element in the east constellation. It is for house alignment, feng shui, water placement, barrier, funeral, and marriage, new construction, partnership. They like it. Tail is a good star. Okay, and generally nothing bad about it. Okay, so I like tail also. I love tail. Okay, the last one is basket. Okay, basket is actually a water star in the east constellation. Okay, and it is primarily used for construction and new buildings. And this basket also people are you doing feng shui activities on those days. Okay, or receiving, collecting debts and or rewards. Okay, usually not for marriage, not for relationship. Okay, cover one. So for the north constellation, that it is the tortoise, okay, constellation, okay, and primarily again the five elements, sun and moon. So the dipper is considered the wood element. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Wood, yes, and it is primarily it's good for feng shui. For feng shui, placement of water, ground breaking, feng shui adjustment, for starting construction, and usually people don't use the deeper days for business deal, for barriers, for marriage or for relationship. No. Ox day, is actually a metal, and people yeah, I don't know why they use this ox day for barrier. Anything else, nothing else good. Okay. Okay, for maiden day is a earth star in the north constellation, usually only for feng shui purposes, and they don't use this for business signing, they don't use this for starting partnership, they do not like this to use this for job interviews and or investments. No. Void. Ooh, void is a very good one. Okay, void is a sun in the north constellation. Sun in the north constellation. So it's extremely good for relationship, to start activities, for marriage, for partnership, for sales, for opening a damn lot of good things. Okay, okay, and wait, yeah, wait. No, void is good for marriage and starting of relationship. But it starting of activities. Sorry, it is not good for relationship, not good for marriage, not good for sales and opening. Yes, I recall it. Okay, so not good for burial funeral lah. Danger. Danger is a moon star in the north constellation, and good for wealth activities, good for meeting partners, good for launching products, good for marketing. Okay, yeah. Okay, nothing bad generally. Where am I? Danger. Room. So room is a fire element. Usually people don't like to use this day. Okay, nothing much good from it also. Okay, wall is the water element in the north constellation. Wall is let me recall, good for assets. Yes, good for seeking money from investors, good for launching products. Okay, but not good for traveling. Wall. Okay, now left with half of it to go. West constellation, we got the asteroid. Okay, asteroid is a wood element, good for traveling, good for home rentals, good for construction, not good for business related. We have the mount is a metal star, literally gatherings, work related, career advancement, relationship, signing contracts, generally is okay. Okay, so mount is quite a good star. Okay, all right, and nothing bad to me lah, not nothing bad enough. Stomach star is actually a earth star, so usually people like to use this for public events, relationship, dating, marriage, public interfacing matters. Okay, good for asking pay rise. Okay. Okay, they don't like to use stomach star for home related events, and also, yeah, family related, no. Okay, you eat them up. So now is Pleiades. Pleiades is actually a sun star in the west constellation. Generally, nothing. They don't like this star in the olden days, and also they try to avoid any important activities for this day. We got the net. Net is a moon in the west constellation. Good for land related activities like building, rental, construction. Okay, even buying house. Okay, and good for marriage. Okay, so people like net. The big star at the west constellation is actually a fire. So nothing much good. Okay, and people especially don't like to use the big to start something. Okay, don't like. Okay. Orion, finally, is a water star in the west constellation. They like to use for travel, vacation, vocation, feng shui activities, water activation, popularity. Okay, but not so good for marriages and burial. Okay, finally, the last one, south constellation, the phoenix. We have the well. Well is a wood star in the south constellation, and it is good for wealth, good for studying, good for analysis, good for feng shui activities. But people do not like partnership, do not like to start a career, do not like to meet clients on a well day. Okay, uh, what's the next one? Ghost. Ghost. Ghost is a matter element in the south constellation, and yeah, nothing wow on this also. Okay, nothing wow. So avoid ghost days. The willow is actually a earth element in the south constellation. We is good for, I'm talking about willow, right? Yeah, willow. It's good for knowledge gaining, good for academic pursuits, good for studies, good for your own spiritual progress, pursuit, meditation. Not good for public. Not good for public fun recreation. Not good for public presentation. Not good for meeting people. Star. The star is actually a sun star, and generally people also, personally I also find no feeling over this. Okay, it is especially bad for things to do with illnesses. Okay, and bow, the bow is the moon element in the south constellation. Let me collecting debts to do with people who owe you money lah. Other than that lah, yeah lah. This is the bow. For wing is good. Okay, wing is actually a fire element in the south, so it's good for relationship, good for marriage, good to start a new project, good for investment, good for business. Okay, so generally I like wing. The last one, okay, carriage. Carriage is actually a water star in the south constellation. So relationship, marriage, business activities, starting new project. Okay, okay. Only probably avoid traveling, especially in the south direction, and also to avoid obstruction. Okay, so roughly these are the 28 constellation, the good and the bad, in a very brief manner. So the question comes in, if you ask me which are the ones which generally more good to do, to watch out for, these are my personal, okay, may not be everybody's one. Okay, these are my personal opinion of this. The thick ones are the ones which I usually like. On the thick ones is usually the one that I prefer, and the circle one is the second tier. The rest, I'll just forgo them. Okay, if I don't need to write on them, I'll just forget about them. Okay, so these are the 28 star constellation. Okay, so far with me. Fried, cook already. Okay. Okay, so now next, in a date selection, you also need to look for this thing called, and to know. Hey, there's one chapter dedicated to this, no, called the Tong. Okay, it is actually based on the month and the day. Okay, based on the month and the day, and the branch and the stem some more. Okay, so different day has a different support on auspicious level. So in a nutshell, Tong Gong, okay, Uncle Tong, he actually used a lot of statistics and observed for 90 to 120 days. That's why he write a lot of things that pertains to 60, 90, 120 days inside the Tong Gong of his definition. Apparently, you will find some things which are you will scratch your head. You see, for example, a snake day on a dragon month. For a snake day on a dragon month, the fire snake is good, but the water snake is not good. Okay, so welcome to the world of Gong. It's going to be like that. Okay, you can if you can zoom in and read, you just read. Okay, so they write it in very poetic jargons, which for those who are weak in Chinese, you'll find it a hard time. Okay, and there are a few hundred possibilities in this. Okay, who are familiar with Tong Gong down here? Type 1. Who have never tried reading the Tong Gong? Type a 0. Okay. in my context, the Tong Gongs are important in a date selection, because I find that it does have its relevance when I do date selection. I tried certain days of date selection myself without Tong Gong reference. It's a bit more the signal is a bit more fuzzy. Okay, so well, if you are not Chinese literate, you are also not gonna read the poetic Chinese down there. Yeah, so this is one disadvantage for you. Okay, Tong Gong. Yeah. So Tong Gong to me is important. Okay, and it's one of those days which I will consider when I go for a date selection. Okay, and it is fun. Tong Gong is really, when you read it, it's like, oh, this uncle really so poetic. Okay, okay, this is Tong Gong. Okay, so again, there can be, because of the 60 jia zhi, because of the stem and branch, there are 60 stem and branch combination, and end up you will probably have certain stem and water snake, metal snake, earth snake, fire snake, and what snake? Wood snake. So you will have different, all these snakes 5 animal snakes in a snake month can have all different level of auspiciousness, and all these 5 snake elements, they in a horse month also have different definition. So that's why I say there are a lot of different hundreds of possibilities. Okay, so it is a bit fun but tedious if you are reading Tong Gong. Okay, some month the Tong Gong are all like one swipe and all quite pretty sway one, pretty low and tight, not good one. Okay, some months, yeah. Okay, all right. So Tong Gong is one of the important thing in date selection that you probably need to consider digging more, learning more, or to consider in your date selection. What else? Okay, in the art of date selection, you also need to know about this thing called the 24 seasons. Okay, 24节气. Okay, the seasons information. Because through the seasons information, if you know the seasons information, you're able to position things more properly, able to look at it and select days with extra perspectives. Okay, with extra perspective. Why leh? You see, if you know the season, 1 year, this season is based on the solar calendar. Okay, not the lunar calendar, the solar calendar. Okay, in Chinese, in the art of calendars, there's this Angmo calendar lah. Like today is the 5th of June lah. Okay, there's also this thing called the Chinese calendar lah. Chinese calendar, then today is actually the 25th of the 4th month lah. Today also got the solar calendar, where now is actually the wood horse month on a wood monkey day. That is the solar calendar. Okay, based on the sun. So now, this information is important because it's going to extrapolate to a lot of things down here, which pertains to the aware of qi transition. Normally, during a season change, let's say today is a season change, the 1 day before, normally I don't do any activation because the qi residue is there from the last month, which is at its lowest end, and the new qi to come in is at its weakest state because it's not started. So the 1 day before a season transition, normally I will not do anything major. Okay, and also because of that, you need to know the branch information. Okay, like yeah, today Today is just a transformation. Okay, today is a transformation into another season. Okay, if you're talking about 9 a.m. today, it's actually a season that's before. It crosses over at 6 plus p.m. It becomes the next season. Okay, so now the season is very interesting thing now. Okay, so and it gives you the elemental information because of the solar stem and branch, and we use this if you know how to see this as an extra information, you use this for feng shui, 八字, I Ching, and anything else. Okay, so and divination also. In divination, we need to look at the season, please. Any friends who sign up my I Ching class, type a 1, please. You will be needing to know the season to be able to do a good divination. How come I'm speaking like Lucas? Okay, he always get this kind of funny slang. Okay, anyway, you need to know the season for you to do a good divination. Who signed up my I Ching class one? Type of 1. Okay, yes. A lot of you, I think. Who else? Okay, so type of 1, you sign up. Okay, I'm going to let you know this is important. Okay, or else your good gua will be screwed. Okay, only 2 man. Bangkok also, right? And who else? A lot of people here. Okay, never mind. Okay, so seasons is important. Okay. So far, okay? Are you all totally lost or you are still with me? Okay, Okay, seasons is important. The other thing that's important when you are also considering a date selection is the day gua. The day gua. Every day got a gua. Okay, every day got a gua. So you need to know that the gua of the day is the same as your life gua. Then that day got extra strength. Okay, got extra connection. Okay, so you all know what's the life gua now, by the way. Okay, every day got a gua element to it. Okay, 乾兑离震巽坎艮坤. Every day is a particular gua. So if you're able to know the gua for the day and the gua is the same as your life gua, it's good lah. It's just like feng shui lah. Your life gua, let's say it's a Li gua. You need to jolly well. One of the simplest criteria is go and find a house to stay, to rent, to buy. Don't find a house where the Li gua are screwed. When I say screwed, it means missing corner, or external are very not supportive, lousy external, chi support, or yeah. If you find a Li gua house, if you find a house where the south is screwed, Li gua, Li is south then you are gua 9, then you are asking to be screwed twice, because the good will not come. The good will whack you down. Rephrase: the good you will not receive, the bad you will get double whack down. Okay, so please, you must know your life. Who don't know how to calculate life gua one? Who knows? Type a yes. Who don't know how to calculate your own life gua? Who don't know your own life gua? Type a no. Just to confirm. Who know your life gua? Type a yes. Who don't know how to calculate, have no freaking clue, type a no. Okay, so that if you don't know, a lot of people don't know, that I tell you lah. Okay, so these are the later heaven, correct? Yeah, these are the later heaven trigram. Okay, and you need to know your gua. You don't know, you can bang the oh, there's some who don't know. Okay. Listen carefully. Only listen your part. Okay, I'll tell you briefly how to calculate your life gua. Okay, for guys, let's say guys, let's say if you are born in the year 1975, okay, 1975. So you take the 7 and 5. 7 and 5 because you're born in 1975, 7 and 5 add together is 12. So 12 is 1, 2 So 1 plus 2 is 3. So your life gua is actually 10 minus that number. Okay, always 10 minus that number for guys. Okay, and for female it's always 5 plus that number. I repeat, if you're born in the year 1975, male, so 7 plus 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12, then 1 plus 2, because 12 1, 2 so 1 plus 2 is 3. So for guys, 10 minus that number is your life qua. For female, 5 plus that number is your life qua. This applies to all friends who are born in the year 1999 and before. Okay? Okay. Yeah, a lot of software outside also can calculate for you. Okay. So and nobody here are born in the year 2000 and later, right? So I don't talk about that. Okay. So now you know a life qua, okay? So and there's only 前对离跟续跟跟坤. So it happens to be a 5. It happens to be a 5. For male, it happens to be a 5. Your life qua is a kun. For female, if you happens to be a life qua number 5, your life qua is a gun. Get that clear? Okay? Alright. Because there's no 5. Correct? You see? 5 in the center. There's only 8 trigrams. So I repeat, for male, if yours is a 5, end up a 5, you are a kun. For females, if you are a 5, you end up as a gun. So kun is 2, gun is 8. Yeah. Okay? Woo. Okay, so you must match your life qua to your house, life qua to the day if you're talking about this selection, to the house if you're talking about feng shui lah. Okay, so clear, clear. So it's important because end of the day, if your life qua and the day qua matches, it reinforces the positivity and also able to mitigate the negativity for the activations you are doing for the day. All right. Okay, with me so far. Okay, okay, type okay. So I know that you're okay. So life qua is one of the considerations in the date selection, which a lot of people didn't cover. Okay, because they only talk about life qua in feng shui, but life qua in a date selection is so freaking important. It's such a boost, like jab. Okay, it's like Sinovac or what, Pfizer. Okay, good. Now got it. Okay, so day qua is important in the date selection. You see, you cover a few things already. They are important in the date selection. The 12 officers, the 24th constellation, the season, the day qua. What else? What else do we cover? And also the Tong. Enough. Enough for you to know which are the good and not good. Okay, maybe I talk a little bit more. So other than day qua, you need to know the harmonizing day. Harmonizing days are very important as one of your consideration factor while choosing a date. Okay, so let's say if you're born in the year of the dragon, so year, okay, not the day, year, the year, then you look for the monkey, rat, and dragon. So for those who attend my I Ching class, or for those who are versed in 八字, you know how to tap already. Okay, tap. Okay, 生子辰 is actually a combination. Okay, so generally, such a day are good for you to typically I usually use this day if I do not have a high personal score on any other else. Then at least harmonizing is good. Okay, some people annually choose a harmonizing day but then harmonizing day doesn't repeat every now and then. Every 12 day come only like three day law. Okay, so harmonizing day is a good day for you to use. Okay, not a must, but usually preferred. As I put it, red means good. Not a must, but usually preferred. Okay, now, so not only harmonizing day is a very important concept where you are getting a days which are by default in sync with your year of birth. So it has a good mitigating effect because when the year are being strengthened, the rest of your pillars can be protected. There's a saying, okay, in the ancient text, okay, you protect the first pillar, the year pillar, the rest can hold on. Okay, if your first pillar, the year pillar screws, the rest your gate is open. Okay, so that's not what they say okay. But anyway, go for harmonizing day. Okay. So harmonizing day is usually the 3 combi. You can use the 6 combi also. All right. Okay. Another day that you need to watch out, try to avoid is very no-brainer. They call it the clashing day or the breaker day. So assuming you're born in the year of the dragon, you avoid dog lah. If you're born the year of the rat, you avoid horse day lah. If you can choose, okay, and vice versa. Then it's a question of rat versus horse, and or ox versus sheep, or tiger versus monkey, or rabbit versus rooster, or dragon versus the dog, or snake versus the pig. Okay, so normally in a clash day, a personal breaker day, we do not want you to apply any particular chi tapping, because even if you can tap, usually the signal is more fuzzy. That means not very clear. Good is really that good, man. Or you pay more to get what you want, so you pay more, lesser ROI, or end up the results are not stable. Usually of that sense, unless that breaker day you got everywhere are all royal flush of good stars, then it's a different story. Okay, so usually try to avoid this one, no issue. This is a very straightforward thing. Okay, so usually we avoid days which clashes, but again, I always advocate metaphysics. Practical come first, then metaphysics, man. So if you are talking about a date that you can influence, try to avoid lah. If you are talking about a date that you cannot choose, then just do it lah. Who cares? Yeah, okay. Who cares? I mean, if you can't choose, you can't choose that. But the sun still need to come out. So just find other ways to strengthen the whole deal on that day. Okay, all right. So far enough. If enough, type enough lah. Not enough, then I type not enough. Because I can go on forever. I prepare a lot lah. But I've been talking for how long already? How long already? 1 hour. Today is supposed to enough. You just type enough. Not enough, then I just go on a bit more. Enough lah. No response at all. Give me some love and light, hello. Okay. Human need love lah. Okay, and do share if you think these are all useful for you. Okay, because these are all the fundamentals of the date selection according to ancient texts. Okay, yeah, and to apply it in the modern world. Okay, all right. So next thing is this. Some of the sharp days that you need to take note of. Some of the sharp days that you need to take note of. Okay, certain specific days. Okay, I actually write a few down here. Okay, the Yang Gong days. Yang Gong days very clear. I actually shared the Yang Gong during one of the previous class on Feng Shui 101. Okay, so you want to know about Yang Gong days? Go and listen to that. Okay, there's a story a story of a old rich man with 13 sons. There's another day of a guy using a master using a compass and a lightning strike. But anyway, Yang Gong days, yeah, normally I would avoid any major feng shui or luo pan related activities. Okay, I have experienced before. Okay, I actually did a feng shui assessment on the Yang Gong days, and shit happens. Okay, on I think 1.5 months later. Okay, yeah, okay, but anyway, lesson learned. Okay. I don't know this Yang Gong day mah. So the Yang Gong days you do have to be a bit more careful. Okay, a bit more careful so that you avoid whatever that you can avoid lah. Okay, because end of the day, you don't want to step on the wrong line. Okay, so Yang Gong days is actually usually my off day also lah. Correct or not? Yang Gong days I actually took my leave and enjoy time with my wife. So I bring her patong because Yang Gong day mah. Cannot do feng shui. What else can I do? See the sky. Okay, another days is called the Rahu days. Okay, Rahu days. The Rahu days is also known to be in Chinese luo hou ru. Okay, luo hou ru. So normally Rahu days I would also avoid. Okay, Rahu days. So it's actually based on the lunar calendar. Yeah, Yang Gong also based on lunar. Yes. So it's based on lunar calendar, and end of the day, yeah, I would also avoid the Rahu days. Okay, and the other days is a breaking days. Breaking days means a year breaker day. Year breaker day, other than the personal breaker, is the year breaker day which I will try to avoid. because don't wanna, why make our life so difficult leh? Okay, yes, I've checked. So the next Yang Gong days is on the 14th of June. 14th of June Ang Mo date. Okay, so usually it limits to the use of luo pan and feng shui activities. Okay, feng shui adjustment, feng shui tapping, feng shui luo pan reading, direction reading, qi tapping on the earth luck context. Okay. Some people do consultation on 八字 on Yang Gong days. Yang Gong is pertains to feng shui so you do a 八字. Okay, up to you lah. I also avoid the decomposed day. Decomposed day is actually the last day before the season change. Okay, that's all. So usually this kind of days the sharp days, I will be extra careful to take note of. Okay, you depend lah. Okay, I didn't get struck by lightning. Okay, okay. so okay, anyway, so let's come back. So sharp days, yeah, you need to avoid. Okay, these are the extra additional information you need to find around here, left, right, up, down, in order for you to be more aware. So I put aware, I didn't say avoid, Okay, okay, enough. Okay, another part where in date selection, some people uses this. Okay, but not a lot of people. It's called the Na Ying. Okay. In Na Ying works in this way. Because of 60 because of stem branch, there are 10 stem, 12 branches. It forms 60 jia zhi. And in the 60 jia zhi, each of these 60 jia zhi belongs to a Na Ying. But usually there are 60 pillars. 2 pillars belong to one Na Ying. So one Na Ying shared with two pillars. So because of that, in the 60 jia zhi, 60 pillars in 八字 context, we have 30 pairs of Na Ying. Okay, 30 pairs of Na Ying. And because of the fact there are 5 elements across 30 pairs of Na Ying, so each element has six different description. 5 times 6, 30 So 5 elements, 5 elements repeated with 6 different descriptions. That's why it can form 30 So it belongs to the visual school of 八字. And some people call it the vibration or the melodic. Up to you lah. Okay, it belongs to the visual form of the school of 八字. Okay, so today is the wood monkey day. Okay, 甲申日 on a 甲申 on a 甲午 month. Okay, on a wood horse month because after the season already. Okay, so the wood monkey day 甲申. Okay, so in 甲申 is actually what is alright. Water from spring. Yeah, okay, water from spring. So it's water from spring. According to the Na Ying, is in Chinese called 泉中水 So other than the 甲申, the wood monkey, the other pillars that shares with this is the wood rooster. Wood monkey, wood rooster share the water from spring. Okay, and there are also other. Okay, the water from this water from where? Spring. Then the other one is called water from stream. Okay, 涧下水. Okay, 涧下水 also got 2 pillars under that. Then the other also got 长流水, water from river. And the other Na Ying is called water from heavenly river, 天河水. And also one more water from ocean, 大海水. So there are 5 different Na Ying, with each of them got 2 pillars packed inside each of the Na Ying. So, and it says a lot of, it is primarily in the past, Na Ying, they use it for forecasting. You can use for forecasting. You can also use it when your current aspect of your 八字 is weak. For example, the whole 八字 is really weak. Now the luck make it even more screwed up. Then what to do? You tap to your natal strength. What do you mean by natal strength? Natal strength is that your natal vibrations and get advantage situations from there lah. Okay, that's why it's called a natal strength tapping ma. So that's why I say so it's called some people call it the melodic or vibrations ah. It's just like in 紫微斗数 in 紫微 right, in the 紫微斗数 we also got this thing called the 身宫命宫, the self balance 命宫 called what I also don't know. Okay, I can't remember the term. Okay, but 身宫 and 命宫. Okay, anyway, it's called like it's a backup. It's a backup to your life chart to say if it's screwed, if that is good. If your life chart is screwed, but your fundamental natal vibrations can still be safe or supportive, you can still be good. Okay, so don't say that your chart is good. Your chart is bad means bad. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay, so that's Na Ying. So welcome to the world of Na Ying. There are many. Okay, fire from stove. Metal from sword. Metal from ash. Wood from willow tree. It goes endless. 30 of them. Okay, so today I'm not going to cover into deep diving of Na Ying. Okay, so yeah, just know that people use Na Ying to solve. How? Chinese asked, how do I find the Na Ying pillar? Online have actually. You just type Na Ying 60甲子 okay, Na Ying 60 pillars. You can find one. Okay, it's everywhere. Okay. So Sino asked, so today Na Ying of year bring the earth produce metal, man also produce water to the day. Okay. So they're happy producing one another. Okay. Okay, so okay. One more thing. Day hexagram. Okay. Day hexagram, okay, on a date selection is very important. Okay, it's very important. A lot of people nowadays we do see sharings of let's say today is it what is today said today is the 5th of June so 5th of June is actually a 火水未济 okay, fire on top, water below, so it's a non-accomplishing, non-ending hexagram. So every hexagram then it's a 3 on top, 9 below. So every hexagram, every day got a hexagram, yes, but don't just read the hexagram and interpret stories from there and just be there. Don't just stop at there, because there are a lot more that can be done from a day hexagram. A lot more can be done. Okay, you see, I actually emphasize a lot more. Okay, anyway, and from the day hexagram, okay, you can actually do a lot. And it's best that you have I Ching knowledge on this. Okay, if you have I Ching knowledge on this, and if you are also learn in 玄空 大卦, better still. So you see that this case is a what 折山咸卦. Okay, 对 on top, mountain below. Okay, so it's a lake on top lah, mountain below lah. So actually it's a mutual hexagram. It's a mutual hexagram. Okay, so it's a mutual hexagram. So do more mutual activities. You scratch my back, I scratch your back, and let's be mutual and collaborative. Okay, it is more than that. Okay, now let me. Who wants to know more? Type a 1 if you want to know more, because I'm going to cover deeper into the day hexagram so that you know it's happening. Type a 1 if you think you want to know more. Wow, read some of the questions out there. No, Analia, I'm not struck by lightning. Okay, okay, a live palace for maybe. Okay, so type a 1 if you want to know more on the day hexagram, how to type. I'm going to cover deeper into 玄空. I'm going to tell literally, okay, but if you want to know, because I am trying to avoid one become 10 questions. Okay, let me recap questions. Marcus just got a very bad sunburn. What? Okay, anyway. Okay, listen here. The day hexagram, okay, has information for you to tap onto the heavens and the earth chi, okay, to support your activities, supporting activities on feng shui, to support activities on date selection, to support activities on your shen kong da kwa chi tapping, to support your activities on I Ching, the list goes on. It works in this way. You see, 4 and 9, 4 and 9. And when you see 4 and 9, right, in the context of He Tu, 4 goes with what? In the context of He Tu, 4 goes with what? To as a natural compatibility. Tap down and listen. 4 goes with what number? On a later heaven, He Tu, Lo Shu, He Tu lah. Okay, what number? 4 goes with what? Can anybody tell me? Bingo! 9. Yes, correct. So 4 goes with 9. So one of the natal way, 4 to go with 9, 9 to go with 4. So with a 4-9 mutual, the one of the hexagram that's in correlation to this 4-9, 4-9 is a 9-4 because of He Tu relationship. 9-4 is actually 9-4 is actually a Tun Gua, okay, retreat hexagram. And with that retreat hexagram, that means you can do stuff already lor, on the feng shui lor, on that day, on the template where the retreat hexagram is, that is affiliated to this day. Gao Dim 1. Okay, now second one, 4 let's say Luo Shu. Okay, Luo Shu. 4 goes with what? Or okay, that's easier lah. Combi 10. For 4 to become 10, need to plus what? Type down. For 4 to become a 10, they need to add what? Number. Six. Hey, Katan, very well versed. Okay. 4 will need 6 to form combo 10. 9 will need same logic, a 1 to form combo 10. So that means a 4-9 through a combo 10, I need to form a on top 6 below 1 as a hexagram. On top 6 below 1 is on top 6 below 1 a Gen Gua, okay, a Gen Gua hexagram, Gen hexagram. So so Gen hexagram, that means mountain on top, mountain below, has affinity to this mutual hexagram. So we talk about He Tu, we talk about commitment, we talk about Luo Shu now. Luo Shu for a 9, okay, for a 9, it is in relation to what hexagram? So a 4 is in relation to what hexagram? You get the whole logic lah, okay? So end of the day, you will want to know, because of He Tu, because of Luo Shu, because of combo 10, you will have 3 hexagram that falls in place to the mutual, and on the feng shui context, you can tap onto those corners, and vice versa, okay, and vice versa. And that goes the same for matching the day to your pillar also. Matching the day to your pillar, because once you got the hexagram, you got the pillar. The pillar as in the stem and the branch lah, correct now. So now, since you got a hexagram of that nature, you will also have a you will also be coming to a situation where there are two hexagram to avoid. There are 2 hexagram to avoid. So normally in on a simplistic term, day hexagram, when you have a day hexagram, you can at least have 3 to choose and 2 to avoid. Okay, 2 to avoid. So, and with the 5 hexagram, you know where are the areas to touch and not to touch, or which are the one that matches to your birth chart to tap or to avoid when it clash. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, so now you can apply in feng shui date selection, 悬空 or 易经 so no problem already. So now I literally tell you, so once you know the 落书 the 河图 the computent, you are done. It is very straightforward. Okay, all right, so now this is important now, because if you don't know this then you are like, what happened? Okay, and you do not want that. You do not want that. Okay, all right, so that is for the day hexagram. So day hexagram needs a lot, some mental understanding, and also do, referring. Okay, okay, you want to memorize, can I'm just stopping to memorize. Okay, but it takes up some of the RAM. Okay, the RAM here. Okay, the hair can drop like that. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, 河图 落书 computent to get the hexagram that's in relevance to the 4 and 9. Okay, done deal. Okay, so now you tell me, auspicious date, is it a lot to digest or not? A lot to refer to? So you see, it's all about getting familiar. It's all really about getting familiar. And date selection is very troublesome if you are a beginner. Yeah, I agree. And if you are not a beginner, to select a date for somebody also can be quite, it takes a lot of effort. You see, today I cover only like half only. I cover half only. There are so many more things that you can refer to in a date selection that, yeah, in order to find a good enough date that practically makes sense, that can really boost up like steroid. Okay, so after a while you get the hang of it, seriously. But to do it right, is if you do it right, it's going to be very rewarding. Okay, very rewarding. Okay, I will try activating for the day. Within 3 hours I see the result. Okay, 3 hours I see the result. Okay, that is how fast it can be when we get it right. Okay, so or else normally a right date activation, depending on the subject matter, usually you will be able to see something in a week or two. Okay, in a week or two usually. All right, so for feng shui, for personal, yeah, okay. So but again, practical must come first, and then on top of that, metaphysics lah. Okay, so I've been posting this in my Facebook post, on and off. So on this, so literally today we cover all those that I've highlighted here already. Okay, we covered down where here the Shah days. Also we cover some of the season changing days. We cover the abundance, the foundation, the 12th day officer, the 28 constellation. We cover Tong, auspicious or not. That's one of the way to find out. We cover the Gua for the day. If you're 6 wheel, we cover the year you're born. What are the harmonies, zodiac that is in good terms with it. We cover what it clashes. We cover the Na-ing. We covered the hexagram. These are all the things you need to know to look at for a date selection. So date selection is an art. Okay, so when I post this one, roughly now your idea, so that you can figure out for yourself based on your matching, your preference, your Gua, your 八字 hexagrams, which are the ones that sits right, just grab, go and tap. Okay, then for friends who I cannot wait, then I also got this thing, which in case if you are interested, this is actually a whole holistic one, where on top half is the general, the bottom half here is the personal, that pertains to the Qi, the 悬空 hexagram, that tells you this is the day for you. This is a high score that tells you this is the day for you. This is the part that says it clashes with your birthday. This is the part that says it's your 3 victory days. And there's also part that says it's a universal 3 victory day. And these are the thing that says it is your palace is good there. Or grey is not good lah. Then this is good lah. Grey also means not good lah. So grey and red also tells you good or not good lah. So this is what I've been doing for friends who have been purchasing this from us. Okay, so if you think what you just listen here, you can do your own, carry on. Okay, I just make this into a format that's easy to see with one eye on one day. This is only one day. and the date that you're selecting more or less is easier. But you can do it yourself with all those information that we have went through. You tie the knots. You can do it yourself also. Okay, but if you're one of those friends who are a bit lazier, then we actually did this for you. If you're interested, it is under one of our service where this is how it looks like. Okay, so it's going to be a list of all these, and then from there all the every single month for the next 12 months as a rolling. So if you're interested in this, PM us. It's going to be a service from us. But if you're not interested, no problem. At least today you learn something, right? Okay, so now, okay, any question you have, just pop in and ask about today's context. I will probably going to for this Tong shoe, yes, the first wave of promo ended. Now it's into the second wave of promo. Okay, for those friends who are interested, just PM and WhatsApp to us, and then we will talk from there. For those friends who think that you're able to do it yourself, it's not an issue, because at least I tell you what are the areas to highlight. I do this because that time I'm lazy to refer everywhere. That's why I put it all together. Okay, this is how it looks like lah. Every day down here become like that for 12 months if you're interested. So yep, okay, so that's it. Okay, so now, but if today, if you understand 10% of what I'm talking, you can use this already. If today you understand 0% of what the hell I'm talking, this is not for you. But if you think you are a person that want to spend more time tapping than plotting, then consider us to help you. Okay, for our July, we have the I Ching class coming. So if you have not signed up and you're interested to know the I Ching, the practical skill of I Ching, not the theory, you have seen how I've done divination right on the spot. Right on the spot. Hey, where's my coin? I done through coin, I can also done through other means. Okay, and for those who have been through my I Ching consult, you would have known Augustine. You're also one of them who have been through my I Ching divination consultation. Okay, so if you think you want to learn the art of I Ching divination, ask anything. Okay, from matters to find the approach, to find a forecasting, to gain clarity, to know the direction, find a lost item. Ask about your own shares and investment questions. This one can help. Okay, and I also be telling you some of the things that a lot of people didn't realize, and they just plot and read and they miss a whole damn deal. Something is missing. I will tell you what is it in the class also. If you're interested, to sign up. Okay, it's on the 24th and 25th of July. And for those friends who wants to have a read on your own mobile number, do scan this code and book yourself an appointment for me to read your current number for free. It's a free consult. You book yourself, you turn up. If you don't turn up, I'll blacklist you. Okay, because people want to book also cannot book. So okay, any question on this selection you can ask today. Okay, so now let's see what questions you have to ask. Let's have some time for Q&A. Today I only cover a portion of it. If who wants a second part 2, type yes, or type part 2 here. Just type here will do lah. Okay, I got no page for part 2 for that one. So if you want a part 2 on date selection to know more in depth what are the things, type part 2 here lah, so that I know that there's a demand. Then I prepare. Hey, Augustine want to kiss me. Okay, so yes. So if you think you want a part 2, just type here part 2, so that I know there's a demand. Maybe we arrange a part 2 straight away next week. Okay. So yep. Any questions on date selection for today's topic? Not a personal consult, but today's topic in general, you can ask now. Okay. So if you want to sign up the I Ching class, go sign up. If you want to have a copy as our service on the pro or the personal Tong shoe, because they are at the wave 2 of the promotion. Okay, a lot of people want part 2. Okay lah, then we have part 2 lah. Okay, part 2 I'm going to dive in a little bit more on you like today's topic or not? Okay, at least it is a practical on what you need to consider while doing date. Now you know date selection is not easy. Okay, sometimes I need to find a date per person. The person still say, cannot be on a Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and it must be only at night from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'll just like that to them. Okay, so see, you are restricting so much, just that I can't find a date for you. Okay, usually I'll ask this full range of 2 months, which are the date you cannot make it. The rest I'll just on free will choose one that works for you. That's how it works. But if you give me just so small, how to choose for you then? But okay, that's for date selection on other services like mobile, AGM, wedding, yeah lah. Okay, all those concepts that we went through are for date selection for events and action taking and chi tapping and feng shui. It is not meant for selecting a date for giving birth to a child. Okay, take note, don't use the wrong method. Okay. All right, so any questions, please ask now. If no, I'll call it a day. Seems like there's no questions. Wow, you're all today. Maria asked, like for surgery, moving, getting married. What? Okay, sorry, I don't answer your question. Okay, so what else? What else? Okay, so since there's no questions, oh okay, and asking for a good birthday selection in December 2021, please. What? I don't understand. Good birthday selection. And I don't understand your question, so yep, sorry. And yeah, the I Ching part is very difficult to learn. No lah, I mean, okay, look at me. I don't look smart. Okay, seriously. I went through a phase in last time, Analia, when in school, people literally is mocking at me, laughing at me, and I don't even know that they're mocking at me. No. That was how you call it, how nerd I am when I was in my school days. See, I'm not smart, but this I Ching skill is learnable. The most trickiest part is how to not read a compendium, which can be so freaking dry, yet take out enough and understand it in the shortest time frame so that you're able to do a divination and to make it of high accuracy. That means theory make applicable lah. Then with enough practice, you will get the hang of it. Okay, so I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk theory. You all know from my mobile class, okay? There's no theory inside. It's all practical, and practical. Okay, so that you get the hang of it. So now that's for the mobile class using I Ching. Now I'm using I Ching for the divination. Maybe next time I could cover a class using I Ching for feng shui. Okay, so much easier for you. Well, interesting. I Ching for feng shui. But let's talk about I Ching for divination. Okay. Alright, so any other questions? What good number for beginning of phone number? You're asking a very general question, Ram. Okay. Okay, so no questions. Thank you. So I see you next week. We talk about part 2 of date selection. Do share. Give me some love and like, please. Okay. Love and like, and do share if you find this session useful. I'm sincere to share with you more on date selection so that you learn. And if you want to do your own research now, you can. If you are lazy but you want to straight away apply, and you got an option. If you don't know this selection and today you know something, you gain something. Okay, love and like. All right, this is Marcus from Metaphysics. Thank you to my wife for all the support, and thanks to you also for spending the time staying through. Okay, and meanwhile, stay safe. Stay safe. Okay, and look after yourself, and also stay happy. All right, so I'll see you soon again next week. Love and likes and share. And this is Marcus from Metaphysics. Take care. Bye bye.